Hi, I'm Natalia. I am from South Carolina, a small town, and grew up on a kind of a farm, which was my first connection with food. I went the normal path. I went to college and got a degree in anthropology. And then after college, just started driving west until I eventually hit the ocean. And landed in San Francisco. I showed up at Chez Panisse. I had read about it in a book and said, this sounds like a lovely place. And that's the Alice Waters restaurant over in Berkeley. And just showed up and said, I think I'd like to cook. First time going into the kitchen. They accepted me as an intern, which was very gracious. And that started my career in food. I went on to another restaurant, Camino, which is in Oakland. It's a kind of a cult favorite that's no longer around, where we cooked over open coals and fine dining, which is really hard to do. And then I went to Foreign Cinema in Quince. Quince is a 3-star Michelin restaurant in the Bay Area. All of these restaurants are in the Bay Area and have different fanfares. So I did fine dining for a long time. And then I decided I wanted to have to take my skill set with my business partner and start a cafe with kind of the same ideas of the California cuisine, ever-changing menu, which is very important here and fun. And so I decided to build Picnic, which is a lifestyle cafe. It was Monday through Friday, and just focused on seasonal, fresh, rotating menu. And that was the beginning of Picnic. So that's kind of the life leading up. I wanted to keep that part short because that's not the most exciting part of the journey. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks for sharing. So I know you've been running Picnic on Third for almost 6 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you built the restaurant from ground up to over $1 million with incredible margin. So I wanna first ask, probably more from personal journey perspective, how you made that happen. If we look back at the past 6 years, what are the key moments, like most memorable moments, or also what are the key challenges you see?
Yeah. So the main thing with a brick and mortar is you do need capital. So I was planning and saving for years, and there were 2 couples that came together. So we pooled resources. And the best advice that I ever got in my entire life was do what you can now. Originally, I wanted to open a bed and breakfast with a cute little cafe. I looked into hotel costs in San Francisco, and it's astronomical. So I said, I can open a cafe right now. That's what I can do. My skill set's there. I have the team. It's within reach. And so that's what I did. With a brick and mortar, you have to find a location. Location is, you always hear that in real estate, but it's super important in with a business to make sure that your business matches the location. So I found a location, but it needed a full build out. And so I had to bring it up to code. It wasn't a restaurant before. So I did a design build with an architecture firm. I pulled all of my own permits, and I think it took almost a year between finding the location and actually opening. But that part for me was unusually rewarding. I really liked the process of going through the steps of the permits and the building. And securing a lease, which is very unusual. And then from there, as soon as we opened, we had a cult following. It was unusual. We never did marketing. We did pick a great location. It's near SF MoMA and the Giants Stadium and Moscone, and then it's in the center of what used to be the center of SOMA Tech in San Francisco, and so we immediately had business and repeat business. It kind of had that coffee shop feel of people would come in every day, and with the rotating menu, you could eat there every day. So that was really nice, a nice way to start. We had just a line out the door from the beginning. So yeah, that was really encouraging, and then they stayed the entire 6 years. And I just built out the business model to reflect and to offer more services as we grew. So that's kind of the beginning of the brick and mortar.